What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ready Player Q. Today I want to talk about the first-person servers coming to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. If you follow video game news at all, you've likely seen on a couple of sites that there's going to be a first-person dedicated server for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds coming in the next update. This is going to change the game in a variety of ways, but as a whole I think this is going to be a good, valuable addition to the community and to the game itself. I also largely think that this first-person edition sets up the console version of the game very well, as I envision this game functioning the best on console through a first-person view. While some third-person games such as Ghost Recon Wildlands and obviously Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption have thrived on console, it's largely been dominated by first-person shooters, and I feel like having this server and this game mode available to bridge the gap for players so that they can start in first person and then transition over to third person is going to be really good for the game and really good for building the community. One concern that I do have for it, though, as far as it sits in the PC space, is how this might divide the community. As it sits now, first person only is available as a custom game mode, but there's no dedicated servers. So when this update gets initialized, it's going to be interesting to see how many players gravitate towards only playing in first person compared to the traditional third person version of the game. I think the number is likely to stay pretty high towards the third person version, as obviously that's what's built the player base as it sits, and that's how I have the most fun playing the game. And the main value add of first person is that you get iron sights, which is obviously already available if you aim a certain way in third person. I do think it's going to be fun to experiment playing around in first person, as I think it's going to speed up and slow down the game, which sounds weird, it's kind of a paradox at the same time, because I think people's heads are going to be popping out more. Obviously, you can't hide behind a tree and use the camera to get a view of your surroundings. If you want to see what's going on around you, you're actually going to have to pop out and you're going to have to expose yourself more. And I think that's going to speed up the pace of the game because people are going to just see more enemies. You're not going to be able to hide in plain sight quite as well. It's going to slow it down at the same time, too, because your field of view is going to be largely minimized. You're not going to be able to see acres and acres around you, and you're not going to be able to use the camera to float around over your player when you're running in a certain direction. It's going to be interesting to see for sure how this update plays out, but obviously the first person mode has already been built into the game. It's already available to play. It's just going to be adding a dedicated server for that. What that amounts to, I'm not sure, but one thing that I do get excited about is if they're adding this first person mode, I feel like aim assist is not too far away, and I'm looking forward to trying out something like that on the PC space to better get a feel for the console version. So thanks for your time, guys. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down and let me know what I could do better. Subscribe for more content from Ready Player Q in the near future.